Tensions in the West Philippine Sea have reached a boiling point. The United States and the Philippines have sent warships and aircraft to confront 50 Chinese vessels near Kalayaan, escalating the ongoing maritime conflict. What led to this bold military move, and what could it mean for the future of the region? Stay with us as we break down the latest developments. The West Philippine Sea has long been a hotbed of territorial disputes, with China asserting its expansive claims despite international rulings against them. Recently, 50 Chinese vessels were spotted near Kalayaan, a Philippine-claimed territory. In response, the U.S. and Philippine military launched a joint operation, deploying warships and aircraft to challenge the incursion. In a recent operation, the United States and the Philippines deployed warships and aircraft to the Kalayaan Island group in the West Philippine Sea to address the presence of approximately 50 Chinese vessels in the area. This joint action underscores the ongoing territorial tensions in the South China Sea, where multiple nations, including China and the Philippines, assert overlapping claims. The Philippine Coast Guard reported that, undeterred by previous aerial harassment from Chinese military helicopters, additional aircraft from the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources were dispatched to monitor the situation. PCG spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore J. Tariela, confirmed that a maritime domain awareness flight was conducted over the Kalayaan Island group, emphasizing the Philippines' commitment to safeguarding its territorial integrity. This development follows a recent incident where a Chinese Navy helicopter flew within 10 feet of a Philippine patrol plane over the disputed Scarborough Shoal, leading to a tense 30-minute standoff. Such encounters highlight the escalating tensions and the complex dynamics of territorial disputes in the region. The collaboration between the U.S. and the Philippines in this operation reflects their long-standing defense partnership and mutual interest in maintaining stability and freedom of navigation in the South China Sea. Both nations have expressed concerns over China's increasing maritime assertiveness and have reiterated their commitment to upholding international law and ensuring regional security. As the situation continues to evolve, the international community remains watchful, recognizing the potential implications of these developments on regional peace and security. A surveillance flight conducted by the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources on Thursday over the Kalayaan Island group in the West Philippine Sea revealed the presence of a China Coast Guard vessel and more than 50 Chinese maritime militia ships in the area. Commercial J. Tariela, the Philippine Coast Guard spokesman for the West Philippine Sea, said the surveillance mission was carried out by 2 BFAR planes based in Puerto Princesa City, Palawan. Tariela said 6 CMM vessels were spotted at the Rosul Reef. A CCG ship with bow number 5101 was detected sailing with over 50 CCM vessels in the vicinity of Pag-asa Island, he said. Tariela said the BFAR planes repeatedly issued radio challenges to the Chinese vessels. He said despite Beijing's escalating provocations, the PCG and BFAR remain steadfast in their mission to protect the nation's waters, monitor illegal incursions, and ensure the safety of Filipino fishers. We will not be deterred. Our presence in the West Philippine Sea is unwavering, and we will continue to stand against unlawful foreign incursions, Tariela said. The Philippine Coast Guard launched its own maritime domain awareness flight over the Kalayaan Island group in the West Philippine Sea and the coasts of Pangasinan and Zambales on Saturday morning to monitor the movements of Chinese Coast Guard and Chinese maritime militia vessels in these areas, a PCG spokesman on the West Philippine Sea said. Commodore J. Tariela said the mission was undertaken upon the request of PCG Commandant Admiral Ronnie Gill Gavin. He said the MDA flight conducted by the PCG's aircraft also covered the waters of Pangasinan and Zambales. The PCG detected CCG vessel 5303 operating 50 nautical miles off the coast of Bolinao, Pangasinan, while 2 other CCG ships were monitored off Zambales. Tariela said currently, 3 PCG vessels were deployed in these areas to reinforce maritime monitoring operations: the BRP Teresa Magbanwa, BRP Malapascua, and BRP Cape Engano. He said these ships were strategically positioned to ensure the continuous observation of Chinese maritime activities in Philippine waters. On Friday, Beijing accused the Philippines of illegally sending 3 aircraft into airspace over the South China Sea. China claims almost the entire South China Sea and has brushed off competing claims by the Philippines and other countries, despite a 2016 international ruling that its assertion has no legal basis. Beijing's People's Liberation Army said that 2 Philippine C-208 and 1 N-22 aircraft illegally ventured into the airspace around China's Nansha Islands and Reefs, also known as the Spratly Islands, a day earlier. The Chinese armed forces maintained control over the entire journey, warned and expelled the aircraft, the statement by the PLA's Southern Theater Command said. The command released an audio clip it said showed a Chinese pilot warning one of the Philippine aircraft that it was posing a security threat to Chinese islands and reefs, and ordering it to leave immediately to avoid misjudgments. Beijing and Manila have fought a war of words this week over the opposing side's conduct in the critical waterway, through which trillions of dollars of trade is estimated to pass each year. Meanwhile, the armed forces of the Philippines and the French Navy engaged in a maritime cooperative activity on Friday, marking the 3rd consecutive week of joint maritime activities in the West Philippine Sea within the Joint Operational Area of Northern Luzon Command. AFP Public Affairs Office, Chief Colonel Xerxes Trinidad, said the Philippine and French forces collaborated in a series of activities designed to enhance their interoperability, communication, and defense capabilities. So why did the United States and the Philippines react so decisively? Their joint deployment sends a strong message. The 2 allies are committed to ensuring sovereignty and freedom of navigation in these contested waters. The presence of Chinese vessels, suspected of being part of China's maritime militia, further heightened tensions. This move has sparked a wave of international reactions. The Philippines has welcomed the U.S. response, citing the need for stronger deterrence against Chinese incursions. Meanwhile, China has condemned the deployment, calling it a provocation. The question remains, will this lead to further confrontations or diplomatic negotiations? The situation in the West Philippine Sea remains unpredictable. Will the U.S. and PH continue their military presence? Will China respond with more aggressive maneuvers? One thing is certain, this dispute is far from over. We will continue to monitor the developments and bring you the latest updates. What do you think about the U.S. and Philippine forces confronting 50 Chinese vessels near Kalayaan? Do you believe this will deter future incursions, or will it escalate tensions further? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates on global military affairs.